back at y'all live from the Victory Lap Sports Podcast. It's your boy Big O Six. I got my boy JV the Boss with me, man. Coming off a good week three. Just got done watching that Steelers game. They handled business like they were supposed to, man. So first thoughts and recaps of the game. How you feeling about it, JV?
They looked a lot better than they did remain the other 2 weeks. I mean, they did versus the two good defenses. Them other weeks they had the Raiders this week. Uh, I mean, another heartbreak on a parlay. Missed it by a George Pickens catch and a Najee touchdown, a seven legger. But like I keep saying every week, I guess I'm gonna have to get right back up on the horse. Uh, defense handle business like they always do. Watt's unreal and still. Um, And offense looked like it turned around. Say what you want about Matt Canada. I mean, he called some good plays tonight. What about what do you think? What you think about the hometown boys?
So honestly, first I'll say I believed in Kenny Pickett. But I say he definitely displayed that he's capable. A lot of those throws, man, were like on time, on target today. And he made some good throws. I remember forget what quarter it was, but he made a good throw to Kenny Pickett. Like coming up the left side of the field, a little toe tap joint. It was uh a tight window too. It was pretty good. So he's definitely capable. I
He's
think
looked like moving his feet a lot better tonight. He didn't look like a statue back there like he did the week one and two.
Yeah, he finally remember he had some legs, man. So no, like I said, before the previous 2 weeks he was either too high or really behind the target. So it's good to see, that he does have it in him. Just gotta get more consistent. Because those last 2 weeks, man, I was starting to think that number 8 was cursed, man. He was reminding me of the
Those
boy
were good
Tommy Gunn.
defense. Nah, those were good defenses he played them last first 2 weeks. I mean, nice to get a Raiders defense. Looked like a home game out there. Looked like a home game for them tonight. There was tons of Steeler fans, terrible towels everywhere in that crowd.
Yeah, I remember the announcer. He was saying, like the way the crowd was, you would have thought those was Las Vegas fans. But honestly, bro, no surprise there. The Steelers fans travel pretty well. Plus, you
That's a
know,
chance to go to
it's
Vegas
Vegas. Like a lot of that trip for the most part was, like a bucket list trip for most people. So,
for sure.
um, one day that'll be us, man. But nevertheless, good to be a game above 500 there, and good to see. Like I said, kind of what we would look like when things are clicking. George Pickens was getting his touches. That defense was doing. Say they look pretty well. I was playing against them in fantasy, and they stung me for like 12 points. So uh, hate to be on the other side of that. Just caught
Yeah.
in between the two, but no, man, it was a good game, and I hope we keep the momentum rolling in the next week. Who we playing? I think Houston. I
Um.
think we might play the Texans next week. I hope they do what they
Yeah, we got
supposed.
Houston.
Yeah, I hope they do what they're supposed to do down there. And definitely not play down to the Houston Texans level. Just keep rolling, man, because the schedule is going to get a little tougher. So let's get
Yeah.
some wins on that in that W column, man. For you know,
Houston beat Jacksonville today, so I mean they're starting to find their legs.
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I like us better than Jacksonville, but at the same time, it all depends on what Steelers show up. You never know, man. That's
Yeah.
what makes them the Steelers. So, nevertheless, we got some momentum going into next week. So I hope we just keep building on that, man. So like I said, we'll keep moving along. Uh, we got I'll say week 3 recap. Nice little victory lap for me. So I ended up going 3-2 on the day. I say my biggest hit was that Latavius Murray anytime touchdown. That was a real big deal. So I say while I'm on there, I'll cover. I say just that Bills and Commanders game. So I just got out of town. With the total, I went under 43. It was like 37-3. Wouldn't have thought it would have been like that. Thought it was going to be a lot more defense played and a more even killed game. But at the same time, that number was -6. So, like I said, I thought they had it there for a number, but I didn't think they would beat them by like 34 points. That was
Mm-mm.
a bit absurd. But you know, when the Bills are playing at that level, you know they're going to be a tough team to beat. So, and I also had Josh Allen on the fantasy side of things. So that was that benefited from that as well. Um, then I'll jump up to that Falcons versus the Lions game. Uh, took a L there. Had that over 46 and a half. Came up short, and I was real high on the Bijan Robinson, but he kind of ate that I'll say that hashtag humble pie, man. Didn't have too big of a day, so he kind of came down off that high horse, and man, the Lions proved me wrong, and they came up to play. So big ups to them. Your boy Jared Goff, man. He is what he is. I'll leave it at that. I'll let talk about that. But other than that, I had the at Chargers versus the Vikings game, man. I didn't even pick a side. I went with over 54, yeah, 54 and a half. Ended up losing by I think it was like 2 points, man. I literally
Just
needed,
missed that.
yeah, I literally needed either a field goal or a touchdown from the Vikings, man. And it's just been, I guess you can call it like the story of their life, man. This season starting out, man. Got all the way down to the goal line and Dirty Curdy. This is what I be saying about your boy, man. Um, it took a he threw a pass. It took a wrong bounce to the other team, man. They end up shutting out the game, but yeah, man, end up coming out 3-2 on the day. Um, so another winning day, and we'll just keep that momentum going into this week, man. And shoot, we're gonna try to get bring them brooms out this week, man. So, how was your victory lap, JV?
It was a little ugly victory lap for me. I told you to take Jordan Addison with the two touchdowns. He's only able to put out 52 yards. Didn't get his touchdowns I expected. Um, but I mean, Kirk Cousins again. Even you might hate on him, but I did say start them quarterbacks. He had another big game, but another losing effort. And I did say he was gonna have get into the thousands for the season. He's in there. Same with Justin Herbert. He had 405 yards and three touchdowns. That was one of the things I said. Big quarterback day in that game, but still lost the Jordan Addison two touchdowns. I was disappointed with that, and same with Jared Goff. I hoped he had three touchdowns. He didn't. He had his touchdown pass and a touchdown run, but he didn't get his three touchdowns like I was hoping he would do. And going into that Commanders game, I might have gave them a little bit too much respect, like a 37-3. They got routed. It was a rough day for Sam Howell. Three or four picks. One was returned for a touchdown. He was sacked 9 times. Uh, yeah, the Bills were looking a lot better than they did on that Week 1 loss. They looks like they're starting to find their legs a little bit. So I'm going to start giving them a little bit more respect each and every week now. Um, we hit on my start fantasy. Raheem Mostert 4 touchdowns. I was pretty happy about that. Both the running backs had 4 touchdowns. That rookie Chain, he had 4 touchdowns, and same with Mostert, 4 touchdowns. Um, and then same thing with we both hit on that Khalil Herbert. He sat. Good thing we told everyone to sit him. Seven rushes for 31 yards. Um, pretty much it. KC's defense, another start that I'm a little happy about. They had their interception, fumble recovery, and they only allowed 10 points, so they had a pretty big game. Bears look bad. That's no secret now.
Yes, sir, man. Bears are going to be the Bears, man. Honestly, I might have to. It's funny. I was just thinking earlier. I had so in fantasy, I got San Fran's D. Usually go ahead and start them, depending on the matchup. But yeah, I started them this week. They did a lot better than my other defense. I got the Ravens, and I think honestly, dude, I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them and maybe pick up that Kansas City defense or the next best available. because that Ravens D, I don't know, man.
Yeah, San Fran got Arizona. Arizona next week. Arizona had a
Arizona, man, they doing good, bro.
big
I don't know.
shocker. Big shocker last this week against the Cowboys. No one seen that coming.
Yeah,
How you
bro.
feel about how you feel about that one?
Man, I think we'll have to start paying a little bit more respect to those Cardinals. And maybe
Yeah,
start
Josh Dobbs.
treating them Cowboys how we talk about the Cardinals. Because them Cowboys, I don't know,
Yeah,
man. Uh,
they showed they're definitely missing. They're missing Zeke Elliott down there at the line, a big body running back. You know, and they couldn't overcome that having three offensive linemen out this week, and it showed they couldn't move the ball on that goal line, and that was just that was a rough one. I mean, they turned the Kansas City game off. Fox didn't even broadcast it after halftime. They were like, no one else wants to watch this. So Cowboys were on two
mm,
channels. So
facts,
got
nothing.
stuck watching that. Got stuck watching that Cowboys and Cardinals
Yeah,
game, and I mean, it was a good game. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, but yeah, the Cardinals they got their first win, and they gave Cowboys their first loss.
yes, sir, man. It was basically like nothing to see here, man. What would you
Right.
say your biggest surprise from week 3 was?
Biggest surprise, I think it's a lot of people's biggest surprise. That was the Dolphins kicking the shit out of the Broncos. I mean, I watched that. I felt bad for Sean Payton watching his after game interview, and he said he's been on a lot of the good sides of that. He's never been on the bad side of that. But 70-20, that's the most points scored since 1966. They had 10 total touchdowns. That was a rout. They were trying to run the ball out 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they were just running, doing whatever they want, still scoring touchdowns. And I mean, just like the Dolphins coach said, he said we just got to keep playing to our opponent. If they can't stop us, then can't feel bad for them. They gotta they gotta learn how to stop us.
Yeah, man, don't play with your food, man. That was definitely my biggest surprise for week 3. Um, man, that looked like a Madden game or something, man. Shoot, better yet, like a junior varsity versus varsity game, man. It was a sad day for the Broncos. And I hate to say it, when you play like that, shoot, the only way is up from there, man. But 70 points,
Yeah.
that's absurd. That's man, you would have thought it was Saturday. You thought you was watching a college football game or something, man. Uh,
Yeah, Dolphins got Buffalo next week, so that should be a little bit of a. They ain't putting 70 up on Buffalo. That should be a good game there.
yeah, but that's what I was about to say that next, man. You think obviously that offense is really high powered. You think it's the people they're playing and the people are still just getting in, the groove because it's only week 3. You think they'll still be do you think they'll obviously be more dangerous later in the season?
I mean that team's fast. Even without Jalen Waddle on that, that's a fast team. I mean, you got to give shouts to the people drafted on that team. Everybody, every position is just you can't catch them guys. They're quick. They're fun to watch. It's a fun team to watch. I think that's going to be a really good game. Buffalo and Miami next week.
Yeah, probably definitely worth covering. So,
Yeah,
we the
that's in
value
that one.
boys, you know what I mean? So that'll be on the list. We'll cover that for sure. So,
Oh yeah, that we'll cover that one real good next week.
yes, sir. So, we'll let's go get into that. Kind of talk a little bit about that Chargers versus Vikings game. How you feeling about that?
Uh, we both expected it to be a big passing game, and it did not disappoint there. Both quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins 367, Justin Herbert 405. I mean, it was a they torched each other. Both them teams definitely need to do something in a secondary, but again, Vikings lose a one possession game and big game by Kirk, but it just wasn't enough to put them over into that win column. Now they're 0-3, and who they got next week? They got Carolina next week. I mean, that's another team that's can punch people in the mouth. So Vikings, it don't get any easier for the Vikings, and then the Chargers got the Raiders. So interdivision game, that's always a good one. But yeah, I ended up losing. Lost both my picks on that. I won the Chargers. I had the Chargers -3, and I had the over. I missed the over by a couple points, but the um, Chargers came out on top, beat them by 4. So that was a one win I had for the week that I can say I won on. But other than that, that was a good game.
Yeah, man. Definitely a good game. I was right. I just missed the over on that one. Literally just needed like a field goal
Yeah, yeah.
or just like a touchdown. But like Vikings literally couldn't. It's been a thing for like week going on the third week. They literally couldn't
Yeah, they were on
finish the game.
goal line
Yeah,
twice, and they couldn't get in.
yeah, couldn't finish the game.
They missed Dalvin Cook. We're to say it every single week. Dalvin
Yeah.
Cook, you're missing. You're missed. You're missed on that Vikings defense for sure.
Yeah, man. So ain't really too much to talk about with that one. They just got to finish the game, man, and I'll be on the other side of that. That would have been a difference in me going, 3-2 and 4-1, 4-2. So,
Yeah.
um,
Vikings every single game, all three of their games this year lost by one possession. So I
yeah,
mean that's 11-0. That's another stat that keeps popping up every week. Last year they were 11-0 in one possession games. Now this year they're 0-3. So
yeah, and it's,
um
it's it's early in the season too, so it's not going to
really
get any easier. So, I think
start stacking those losses, though. It's going to smell trouble later in the season.
Yep, for sure. During that second half when it really starts to matter, they got pushed for the playoffs. But I think, I'm definitely going to be uh riding that over as far as pretty much anybody they play for, until we get I say maybe, you know, uh I say probably like that second half of the season till teams start kind of figuring them out and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Definitely think there'll be in a lot of shootouts. But yeah, wish I like I said, all I was asking for was a field goal, man. But that was a loss for us. So we'll roll into that Falcons versus Lions game, man. I know you was thinking highly of the Lions, and it ended up paying off, man.
Yeah,
How you feeling about that?
I like the Lions -3 that hit, but again missed on the over. I love my overs. I don't never take unders. I'm not an under person. I don't know why. I like the overs. But that was a good game. That Jameer Gibbs versus Bijan Robinson. That was a to the new blood in the NFL, and they both Jameer Gibbs ended up coming up on top. Lions. I thought Atlanta would put up more than six, but that Lions defense came to play, and they were did it for the home fans, and it's a tough place to play for Atlanta.
Yeah, man. I'm saying with you. Now obviously I know y'all remember me talk earlier talking about going Falcons -3. Never made it fully over the fence. Uh, I did end up I believe I went over 46 and a half here and ended up losing. Uh, man, it was just Lions proved me wrong. Really was nothing to see here, man. Falcons just flat out didn't show up. So they got him out of the category of being one of the few NFL teams that are still undefeated. So I think it's good for the Falcons because it's you right back to reality and a drawing
Give
board.
a reality
So
check.
yeah, so it's like now you took that punch. Like I said, I'd rather take that punch earlier in the season opposed to too late in the season. So they got some good things going here. Hopefully they shake back and get back
Yeah,
in
they'll be
that one category next week. Who they play next week,
heading
bro?
to they're going to London. They're going to London and playing Jacksonville in London. So
Oh, that'll be a good game. I
it's
wonder
going to
what
be
the numbers on it is going to be. I think probably high scoring.
yeah,
And
probably. I
and
mean, that's
and
always a
unless the Falcons don't show up, of course.
Jaguars are a home team out there in London, so that's they always give the Jaguars a little bit of a bump. They got a
Yeah,
lot of fans. The Jags got a lot of fans out there for some reason.
yeah,
And then Detroit headed to Green Bay. So we got an in division game. I think that's actually Thursday night. Green Bay and Detroit. So we should be covering that one.
yeah. That'll be
Probably have
that'll
a
be a good game,
Yeah, we'll
especially
probably have
with
a tune in for an episode for that. We should definitely be
yeah,
on there talking about that before that game.
yeah. There'll be
So we'll
some
definitely dive into that.
there will be some value there. And it's Thursday. You know what I mean? Thursday night
Yep.
football ain't too much else gonna be going on. So we'll
Right.
you know, basically be covering that just because, but we'll find some value in there as well. So keep you posted on that. We'll move along to that. I say that Bills versus the Commanders game. Now, like I said, I had the Bills. I kind of went same game, so I went Bills -6 and over under on that 43. Um, so I okay, no, so I had a card like that didn't cash on the same game, but I ended up singling it out too and doing I just went Bills -6 and then I went that over under on I went the under on that 43. So I just got out of town. Total was 40. It was like 37 to 3, I think. So yeah, just got out of
Mhm.
town with there and then as far as that -6 on the Bills, um they was pretty much
Yeah,
up bad at the whole
I
game.
think you covered. I think you covered that one.
Yeah, by a
I
long
think you
shot.
covered that with anything.
I never would've thought, it would have been that high, but, man, pretty much a one-sided game there. The Commanders, they weren't able to get things going today, and man, it got ugly fast. Just like I say, like I don't know, it's just that type of day in the NFL, man.
It was a weird one.
Yeah. What you think about that game? How'd you end up coming out on that one?
Uh, you know how I felt on it. I like I took the Commanders on the money line in my victory lap, and that got shoved right in my face. And I took also like the Commanders with the points. I thought it'd be a lot closer than that, but I think last year the Bills might have just hurt me a couple too many times last year, and I think I still have a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. So I can't exactly take them yet, but I'm definitely going to be giving them a little bit more respect in the next coming weeks here. Yeah, Buffalo got Miami next week. We already said that. That's going to be a banger there. I might try to take my jabs against Buffalo one more week because I think that's a team that can beat them up a little bit. I just had a lot of faith in my Washington boys. They got the Eagles next week, so that don't get any easier for them. But I mean, Buffalo, they had Tyler Bass, 3 field goals. Josh Allen had a touchdown pass to Gabe Davis, ran one in himself. Diggs put up his numbers, 108 yards, and they had an interception that Espinoza had a interception for a touchdown. And just rough day for Sam Howell. Picked off 4 times, and he was sacked 9 times, and he ran one for 18 yards, but I think he was running for his life. He ended up getting 18 yards out in front of somebody. So, but yeah, really ain't nothing to talk about on that Washington offense this week. They're going to have to figure that out definitely when they go against the Eagles next week. But yeah, they're 2-1, so we'll their season's not that you can't. They can turn it around. They still got some time.
Yeah,
They got a strong defense, even though they got 37 put up on them this week.
yeah.
I think that defense can bounce back.
Yeah, it's still early, man. It's really, in my opinion, there's been some good games and stuff like that, but sample size ain't big enough. So uh I take a lot of these games, until at least till we get midway, with like really a grain of salt. Um, really a big filling out process. See what you see kind of what that second half of the season is going to be like. So we'll jump down to that Saints versus the Packers game. Man, that was probably one of the best games today. Um, I believe Derek Carr, he went out with an injury. And just as I suspected, like I said in a earlier episode, those Saints, man, the defense is really, their savior. That offense, not so much. They end up putting up, like I said, they average around like 15 to 20 points. They end up, you know, putting up 17, and my man, they had the opportunity to win it at the end, but I guess it was just for my man Blake G. What they say Blake Groupe.
Gupe,
Yeah,
yeah,
there
your
we
boy
go.
Blake
I
Gupe just
think
missed that field. I was hoping for it. I had my fingers crossed. I was like, bro said he's gonna get 2 field goals today. This is the field goal to win it.
yeah,
Just wide right.
yeah, and I feel like his offense there, they got to put him in a better position, man, because he missed it, dude. But like that was a 61-yard field goal. You know,
Yeah, they can't put him in
that
that
is,
position. You can't put him the rookie in
yeah,
that position.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Especially with that too. Uh, I don't even think he had like 2 PATs, but I think that would have been like his first field goal, dude. So it wasn't one of them
Yeah,
games where he was kicking mad field goals. He was coming in. He's like 3 or 4. He's warmed up. Like y'all got to put that young man in a better situation there. But I don't know. Like I said, that 15 to 20 points, it gets tough for them to put more points on the board after that. Especially with Derek Carr going down. You had Jameson Winston in there. Honestly, he did a lot better than I thought he was going to do. Uh,
they put
I
100 yards up.
I'm surprised I ain't seen no pick out there, man. But yeah, man, that's it. They just gotta do close games, and really, I say put if you got the kicker in there and he's a rookie, man, you got to put him in a better position. He need um at least another 5-10 yards, man. You got you help the young man out, man. So um on that one, like I said, yeah, he can't. I honestly, I see why that number was -1. Yeah, I know y'all heard me on here talking stuff like that. -1 ain't going,
Oh
do
yeah, he was.
anything. You know what I mean? So
He was.
I kind of ate that. So, um, that's my bad. But it just goes to show you too, man. Sometimes you got to believe what they're showing you on them numbers, man. So,
Yeah, they know. The
more,
bookies know.
yeah, more often than not, man. Read between the lines there. You know what I mean? So like I said, was on the good side of it on that Bills game, was on the bad side of it on that Saints versus Packers game. So uh note to self, believe what the what I mean, what you can question it a little bit, but for the most part, believe what they telling you with those numbers, man. Um how'd you feel about that Saints versus Packers game, JV?
17 nothing. I was thinking that it was going to be, Saints were going to be moving on to their 3-0, and then Derek Carr went down and kind of turned that whole game around. But I guess he said he avoided at the hospital. I guess he avoided any major injury, so he should be shake back pretty fast, and they're definitely going to need him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Packers. I said to sit Jordan Love. I mean, he had his touchdown and his touchdown run. Uh, didn't do nothing crazy, but um, I guess if you started him, that was a you had an average
I was
day,
a sweat.
average
That was a
quarterback.
sweat. That was a sweaty day, man.
Yeah, it was. It was a
If you had Jordan Love, in my opinion, just kind of knowing how those numbers work, you were probably thinking you made a mistake up until probably like the last
yeah,
little bit of the game, and he
yeah,
probably got you like he might have left a couple points on the board, but he just got out of town, so um,
yeah.
it was it was a sit 'em for real. But good closing for him. He ended up getting his first dub at Lambeau.
Yeah, Packers lost last week by one to the Falcons, and they ended up getting their 1 point victory this week. So yeah, it's a good look for them. They came back and showed a little bit of resiliency. Jameis Winston got the win against Jameis. That This win definitely has a little asterisk next to it, if you ask me. Derek Carr stayed in there. I think we wouldn't be talking about the Packers comeback victory, but I mean, can't take nothing from them boys. They went out there and got the win. I thought Christian Watson was playing. I guess he had like some complications before the game, and he
Late
just
scratch.
didn't make it out there again. Little delay on his debut. But they didn't need him. They got the win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Good for the. I don't even want to call him a young bull because he's been around for a little bit. But as far as being a star, George, he's a young bull. So, uh, good win, and I hope that they keep moving along. But good, like I said, nevertheless, good dub, put in the W category, man, and moving on to next week. So we closing out this week with that Monday night football game. We got first one, we got Philly versus Tampa Bay. Both teams undefeated, I believe. And as of right now, number is -5. Philly -5. Over under is 45. Talk to me, JV. How you feeling?
Yeah, this is 7 out of the 9 undefeated teams played this week. 5 of them lost, 2 of them won. So these are the last two remaining. After this, there'll only be 3 left. Um, yeah, so this is really two good running defenses. The number one the Eagles, number 3 Tampa Bay. So last week Philadelphia found their running legs, and with Swift, he had a big game. I don't see that tonight. I think we're gonna or tomorrow night. I think we're gonna see a lot of passing again.
Hopefully not. I play him tomorrow, man. So
Who you play Swift?
yeah, man, play Swift.
Yeah, they're
I'm
tough.
I'm
That
projected to win by like 10 points, and then on the other side, my side,
mm,
like you said, I hope the passing thrives because I got Devontae Smith. So
oh yeah, okay. I think yeah, both these teams they've been beaten in the air already. So Justin Jefferson put up 159 yards on the Eagles the previous week. Um, and Baker Mayfield and Evans, they finally look like they got a nice little connection going there. Last week Baker had 317 yards, and Evans accounted for 171 of them. The Baker had one touchdown. It was actually two Evans. So I mean that was against the Bears, but Eagles are a little different animal there. But I think I mean Tampa Bay's surprising, and I'm you know I think tomorrow I like the Tampa Bay with the points, and I'm gonna take the over. That'd be my pick tomorrow. I think the Eagles get knocked back down to reality. Them first 2 weeks, I was already talking about that. They just don't look crispy. They don't look like they have their mojo yet. And I don't think they're going to find it this week against Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay has their mojo right now. It seems like they're at midseason form, and I think they're going to show the Eagles how it's done tomorrow night at home.
Yeah, man. Also, I'm right on that same side with you. I'm definitely going Tampa Bay on the points. So Tampa Bay +5, and I feel like I'm going over 45 with the total. Might even go same game, but I usually play it safe and go singles just to you know, kind of just from a profitability perspective, man. Them parlays never really did me too good. So more of a
Yeah, they're heartbreaking. You
yeah,
probably doing the
I'm
right
more
thing.
of a single guy, man. I didn't been on that side too many times, man. So as far as this
I'm a
game,
glutton for punishment.
yeah, man. I mean, shoot, high risk, high reward, man. So there's a time and a place, but I'm more of a singles guy. But
I hear it.
yeah, both teams, they said, coming in undefeated here. I honestly think Tampa Bay is in a much better groove at the moment. That Philly, even though they're 2-0, um, mojo is so. I mean, that 2-0 doesn't really impress me right now. Uh, so like I said, I'm going to take the home team with the points, and Baker Mayfield, he's been playing really good football, and I think that Tampa Bay defense, they've been playing like really even better. So they've been complementing each other really well, and that Tampa defense alone, I think they're ranked in like the top five. So I think that, they even though with both teams being undefeated, I wouldn't say take Tampa Bay on the money line, even though that it will probably pay off crazy. I'm gonna go a little bit more conservative and just give them some grace at home and take the points. But I think, like I said, they're gonna take them on the points, and I think it's gonna be a close but high scoring game. And then I got a potential prop bet as well to kind of tag along with what you said. As far as I'd say jump over to Mike Evans. He to me, he's just shown that he's clearly Baker's favorite target right now. Last week, I think he had what? I think he had at least like six receptions last time out.
Yeah, six catches, 171 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, exact. Okay, so my prop bet is I'm going Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. Right now, FanDuel, I believe it's like 130 plus 130 plus 135. I think he goes over that 4.5 again, and minimum he's getting six targets. So potential prop bet for y'all there. And then like I said, just recap my picks. So I said I'm going Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions on a prop bet of things, and then I'm taking a Tampa Bay, take Tampa Bay +5, and the total is going over 45. So probably singled out, um, and we'll see what happens there. So then we got a double hitter. We'll jump down to that Los Angeles Rams game and the Cincy game, man. So Cincy's hungry, man. They're 0-2. Number is the Cincy's favorite -2, and the over under is 43.5. How you feeling on this one, JV?
I don't know. I've seen Jamar Chase came out and said he don't think Joe Burrow's 100%, and he hopes that he don't play if he's not 100%. But it's hard to keep Joe Burrow out of there.
But nobody's not
Um,
100%, man. Come on.
yeah. Start of the season, no one's ever really 100%. But yeah, that calf. You can see that calf's hurting him. He can't put the ball. He just doesn't have that leverage right now. It just seems like he's not putting that ball on a rope like he normally does. But he's expected to play. Um, but I think I'm leaning on the away team tonight or Monday night. I'm gonna go with the Rams over the Bengals. Um, they look pretty good. Stafford got all them young players around him, and he's being the field general that he is. He's got them guys and um, puts them in a lot of positions to win. I don't think that that rookie wide receiver is playing Nakoa. I can't. How do you pronounce his name?
Shoot, you
Uh,
got me, bro. I ain't gonna butcher it.
Nakoa or something like that. He ain't playing, so he's has a lot of receptions already. It's his favorite target. But I do like. I am going to take. What did you say the over and under was on this? 43
For
and a half.
yes, sir.
43 and a half. I like the Rams with the points. Actually, give me the Rams on the money line. You might as well just. I think they're gonna upset the Bengals. By a field goal. So I think they'll be able to cover that money line. Or they'll cover the spread, and I think they're gonna win on the money line. And I'm gonna take the over. And an anytime touchdown in this game. I like Tutu Atwell. I like Tutu Atwell with a touchdown. I like him over 75 yards tomorrow.
All right, bet, man. Yeah. So I'm this one for me. Honestly, getting right to it, I'm probably not even going to pick a side, but if I had to, I don't see Cincy going 0-3. Um, especially they're at the crib, right?
Yeah, they're in
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
I think they hold it down, but like I said, I'm probably not even going to pick a side. Just go with the total being over 43 and a half. Um, the first two, I know with the Rams, the first two games, there's one over that. And it's kind of lingering around like I say it's kind of this number's kind of lower than what the numbers been for each game on each side. So I figure I just catch it for I think for both sides this number's been somewhere around like 45 and a half, 46 and a half. So this number is a little low, I feel like, and that's why I'm just gonna go with the not pick a side and just go with the over 43 and a half here. I think it should be a good one. I think the pressure's on Cincy. They don't want to go 0-3, especially not at home. I can't even remember
Mm-mm.
the last time that they did done that. So and I think it's going to be a good one, like I said, and especially on top of that, this is a previous Super Bowl matchup here, so I think it's going to be a tough, grinded out game. I think it'll be a low scoring game, but at the same time, somewhere like the mid 20s to where it'll just go over this 43 and a half, but maybe under that number where it's I think it's supposed to be at that 46, 45. So somewhere in there, I can see it going like around like 40, 44, 45 or something like that. But with them that -2, I think it's going to be a pretty close game, I would say. But that's where I'm at with that one. We'll kind of recap. I guess like because earlier, we had some fantasy, like some stardom, situms, and a sleeper. So I'll just kind of just recap mine's. Starting out with my start was Bijan Robinson. Uh, I thought he was going to have a nice day. Like I said, he got that humble pie, man, and was really he really didn't do anything. I think he had like 7 or 9 carries for like next to nothing. So really quiet day for him. Thought he would explode, but that's our bet, and moving on to next week, we'll make it better. But we definitely got it right with the sit. As far as Khalil Herbert, real quiet day for him. I say overall for Chicago, man, Chicago is just going to be Chicago. Uh, so it was like I said, a real tough, quiet day. Team got blown out, and I don't even know how that was even a surprise, especially with I believe their defensive coordinator resigned earlier uh, this week. So man, the proof was in the pudding there. So we hit that one right on the net, right on the nail. And then we had a sleeper, which is probably still probably going to be a sleeper for a while, maybe even a sit 'em for me. We got Jordan Addison. Uh,
I started him.
yeah,
I
so
started him.
yeah, so I mean, to me, he's a he's solidified that spot at that wide receiver too, man. But man,
They throw the ball. They throw the ball a lot over there. So I mean, he's gonna
everybody
eat
was
one day. He's gonna.
e-
Everyone got to eat.
everyone was eating but him, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's crazy, but it just goes to show. I remember on the last episode we were talking briefly about him, just being hard to trust. So this was like a prime example on why it is hard to trust him. And I could say something about Dirty Curdy, but it's a story for another day. Y'all be with us all season, so y'all hear more on him, man. But kind of just proving me right there, man. How did it go for your fantasy startup sit on the sleeper, JV?
Yeah, my Mozart, my start with Raheem Mozart. That was I'm gonna say that was a pretty good one. With his 4 touchdowns. I thought the rookie was gonna take some runs or some touchdowns away from him. When I first seen the first score, I was like, damn it, it ain't the Moser. Why ain't Mozart in there? Then it was Moser started eating with the young bull, and so I definitely was a good start with the 4 touchdowns for Raheem Moser. I think he almost put up 40 points for fantasy. Um, and then I
Rebound.
had I had my man Jared Goff was my start or was another one of my starts. He had his touchdown pass and his his rushing touchdown, so it was a subpar day for him. He definitely puts up better numbers than he did today. And then yeah, the Khalil Herbert, you know, that's he's almost at a drop to me. I mean, I don't even know about couldn't believe in that game. Chase Claypool was positive for 25 yards, positive on the money, and I was like, he has to be able to get 25 yards, and he got he had a chance for a deep ball, and it just hit him right in the chest, and I was like, oh man, and then Fox wouldn't even show the rest of that game. So that what does that tell you? You know what I mean? The Bears are in trouble. I'd
He's like a
drop in
young.
my Bears. If you have
He's
any
like a
Bears, I'm Justin Fields. I don't. I think he's just a casualty of war at this point. He ain't. I mean, last year he turned it around. They turned it around mid-season, but there seems like a lot of internal problems on that team right
bro.
now.
He need to get out of there, bro. You seen what they did to Allen Robinson, bro. Don't stay in Chicago too long, man. He need
Yeah,
to
well,
get
that's
out of
that's
there.
where everyone seems like that's where everyone recently goes to die, and that's I don't know. I don't even know who Chicago even play next week. They play Denver next week, so that should be a big shit show there. Both teams.
Probably be zero
But
zero.
No, Denver's looking. Denver needs to do something. I think Denver just got completely embarrassed. Denver's probably practicing right now. They're probably out on that practice field right now, running. Just running. If I was Sean Payton, you're running today, tonight. You're running tonight till tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Don't stop running. You got 70 points put on you. That's ridiculous. That should be a shit show next week. Chicago and Denver. But yeah, my sleeper. I think my sleeper was Jordan Addison as well with you.
Yes, sir.
Then 52 yards for him. Yeah, he was 0 yards for a long part of that game. Uh, but like I said, he'll be a sleeper. He got 2 touchdowns in his first 2 games. So give the rookie a little bit of a break. But they throw the ball a lot in Minnesota. I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't drop Addison, but definitely keep play him according to the matchups.
Yeah, gonna be a lot of hot and cold.
Very a lot of hot and cold, but Kirk Cousins is always hot. So your boy Kurt, we're gonna next week we're gonna figure out this Kirk Cousin jersey bet. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
We're gonna
look,
make
man.
something shake.
Shoot,
One of us are gonna be wearing a Kirk Cousin jersey on this show.
you better hope he get his stuff in order, man. He can't close holiday game. Yeah.
Telling you, the Jets better call him. Let's go to the Jets. Save the Jets.
What the Jets look bad today too. Shoot, didn't they?
Yeah, Patriots got them 15-10.
That boy, young Mac Jones.
15, 15 straight. Jets lost 15 straight to the Patriots,
Nothing to
and
see
now
there.
Zach Wilson's 0-5 against the Patriots now. So
Yeah, they was on the sidelines arguing and stuff, man.
yeah, that's a mess there. I mean, you know, you knew as soon as Aaron Rodgers went down, you knew it was going to happen over there. But no one even talks about the Jets. The Jets were the story of the every day, every anything you turned on, it was always Jets, 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 Jets. Now you don't hear about the Jets. You do not
Yep.
hear. No one
Yeah,
even wants to
man.
talk about the Jets.
I say next year, man. Worry about this. They going Jets is gonna be the Jets. Um, they might make the playoffs, but if they do, it's gonna be barely. So we might as well just say you just start getting ready for when Aaron Rodgers come back next year, man.
Yep.
Protect that investment. That's all I'm gonna say. Um,
At this point, you might as well put Aaron Rodgers back there in his wheelchair. I mean, I think I think he might make a little bit more happen on that offense.
exactly. Yes, sir, man. But we're gonna close things out with the usual victory lap segment, man. How you feeling for Monday night? Take them on a stroll,
Monday
bro.
Monday night, we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take a ride. We're gonna go Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay -5. We got the over in that game, and I'm gonna go Rams. Rams on the money line, and I'm gonna also go over in that game. With a 2-2 Atwell touchdown in the Rams game, and we're gonna go with a Rashad White touchdown in the Tampa Bay game. And also we're gonna have Rashad White over receiving yards of 45. We're gonna do that, and I also like Mike Evans over 85 yards receiving. Big game from Baker Mayfield. That's what we're gonna say.
Yes, sir. I can
What
I can
you?
see I can see it, man. He's been playing pretty smart football, taking care of the ball and all that good stuff, man. So um I'll start out with that Rams against the Cincy. I'm not even gonna pick a side. I'm going over 43. And we'll jump down to that Philly versus Tampa Bay game. Think that'll be a good game, real spicy. Two undefeated teams. But I'm going with the home team, going Tampa Bay +5, and over 45 on the total. Then I got a couple things. Well, I say really. The I got one. Well, I'll jump back to that. But adding on to that, in that same Tampa Bay game, I'm going Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. Think he'll get that pretty easy. And then I do got one I'm on the fence about, which is that Cincy game. Taking them with the points of that -2. Uh, might be something I do live, but or might not do it all. Really on the fence about it. But I know I'm definitely going with the total, but might go with Cincy -2. I think they'll hold it down. I don't see them going 0-3. Um, so that's what we got for my victory lap segment, man. Hopefully we're gonna claim it. We're gonna have another winning day. We're gonna bring the brooms out, man. We sweeping something. So
Yes,
you heard it here first.
Cincinnati. Cincinnati got to do their AFC North all 2-1 now, except for Cincinnati. They don't want to be 0-3 behind them guys.
Yeah, they just taking the
A
hard
lot of
harder
making up
way.
to do.
Yes, sir, man. So that's what we got. We'll might go live for one of the games or both of the games tomorrow. Catch up with y'all, man. But that's it for this segment, man. We'll be back later in the week. With the well, we got week 4 coming up, bro, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
week
so
4 already.
we'll be back with that. It's your boy Big O6 at 0626 Productions on everything. Then we got my boy JV the Boss. Hit him with the handle, bro.
Yeah, it's JV_ the boss. That's on pretty much everything: Twitter, Instagram, and I mean the Twitter or X, not Twitter, X. Don't want to don't want to mess that up. I'm on the X more than I'm on the Instagram, but get me on the X.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as far as the Victory Last Sports podcast, you can find us at the we'll plug it down below for y'all. Find us there, man. Give us a follow and subscribe, man. We'll be back with more content.